Welcome back to another video. My name is Brian Nesline, psychic, clairvoyant, oracle card reader, spiritual guidance. Ooh, really? Do I really guide? I don't guide. Information is what's guiding you. I'm going to pull some cards. I'm going to pick a card. I'm going to pick a card and pick some cards. And when I do that, I'm going to deliver information spiritually channeled that you can use here, now, today in your life. There's going to be 10 cards and 10 messages. I want you to listen to all of the cards, and I want you to subscribe to the channel so that you get my daily card readings and my daily videos that are uploaded every day. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell, that way you'll be notified. Let's get into this and hear these messages. Now my goal here is to just break off a little bit each time so that we can move you through, because I'm learning how to talk less and say more. Talk less, say more. On your mark, get set, go. The first thing that we're supposed to say is that there's nothing to be despondent about. Despondence is helpless or hopelessness. We don't have to be hopeless, but when we get to that point in life where we feel like our relationship is hopeless, our job is hopeless, that nothing's going to change, when we get there and we throw our hands up, that's when the white light or God light or that strange universal power comes into our life and starts to do for us what we can't do for ourselves. Now, try this and you'll see. You know someone calls you on the phone when you're blue. You know all of a sudden you become aware of something new when things are all falling apart. You know that you eventually surrender and then you find that you have come out of it and you've overcome the world once again. And the world is simply just your ever-changing personal circumstances. That's what the world is. That's what Earth is, your personal world of changing circumstances. The last thing about this card is know that you are a dual being. You're a limited self who you're growing out of, and you are a higher self, which is a spirit, a consciousness, and awareness. She has always overcome the world, and you are always wondering if it's going to work out. But not anymore. Now you see that that green vine growing here is renewal, and it's always on its way. So surrender when you've done all you can do, and surrender even the helplessness and the despondency or the hopelessness. And once you give it all up, that's when it all gets better. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It means that you did what you were supposed to do in those moments that you were motivated and inspired and high energy. But then everything kind of got bland. Everything sort of was like, okay, now what? And that's when we want to surrender. Let go and let God is one way they say it. Let go and let the universe bring to us what we really want, our heart's desires. And that's what the next card is going to be about. It's going to be about our heart's desires. Now look, we're all different. We all have casted votes in our little conscious space, our imagination. We're like, oh, I really want this. Oh, I hope this happens. Oh, I wish. We daydream, we night dream, and we write about and talk about what we prefer. Our heart and our mind are one, and God, Source, Universe knows what those seeds are. We have a lot of mind seeds. Heart and mind seeds are little hopes and dreams. And what's going to happen to those? You don't have to worry about making them happen. Look, the key to the recovering of those beautiful hopes and dreams, the key is being given to you by your higher self and by God, is what it shows. And who is God? Source, universe, light, power, universal power, one power, whatever you want to call it. You can call it God. That's why it's depicted as a father. It's a placeholder, okay? It's just a way of understanding. So it's just a concept, okay? Now look, they're giving you the key. The key is in the light. What does that mean? That means that even if things look hopeless, don't worry about it. There's no way for you to get your heart's desires to make them happen or to make other people give them to you. So don't bother to ask other people to meet your needs like that. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I want you to do this, that, and the other. I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just saying I've done that. But we don't have to work that way anymore. Instead, we just know that the key is going to be for us to share this light. Look, they're all saying it. Do the light. Look, he's saying like, breathe out the light. Speak about the light. Talk about the light. Act light. What does that mean? That means the key to the door of your heart's desires are for you and me to do what we honestly feel is authentically light, is joyful, is inspiring from our own place, from our own inner heart. Like, what do I really love doing? Do I like rollerblading or do I like bicycling? And Do I force myself to rollerblade if I really love biking? That sucks. Don't. Instead, be like, you know what? I don't really like biking. I like rollerblading and I want to rollerblade. In fact, I'm going to rollerblade. Not even gonna buy a bike. I'm not even gonna, when people ask me to go biking, I'm just gonna be like, you know what, I don't wanna go biking. I'm gonna bring my rollerblades. Can I bring my rollerblades? Look what I'm saying. Do what you love. Shine your light. Find a way to integrate light into the world. And then you will be taking that risk and acting on your light and embodying light. And as you do that, as you let light out through you, it opens the door of your heart and it brings all those things that you're looking for to see come to pass in the world. That's how we get our heart's desires. So go on that quest. Let your little boy out. What's that mean? The little logic, divine masculine, the logical words that are in us, the words and descriptions of what we want out of life. That's what the little boy represents. And it's in a little white coat because it's pure. It's pure to have a preference to be in a great relationship. It's pure to have a preference to have a business that's thriving, to have money so that you can travel and do whatever you prefer to do, experience this beautiful world. Look, this is not a bad thing. You have hopes and dreams, and that's what the little boy represents. Okay? Now look, what are we going to do? We're going to go to the mother, the grandmother, the godmother. The godmother, who's going to say, look, you can choose whatever you prefer, and then the quest will begin and it'll unfold. Just shine the light, she's saying. Wear my white robe, she's saying. It's all right here. She's like, it's all right here for you as you figure out, talk about how to shine light into the world. Talk about this with your spiritual friends. Talk about it with your parents. Talk about it with your brothers and sisters, whoever. Talk about how to share light and what that means to you and to them. If you have that spiritual light type conversation, and it doesn't have to be God and religion, it doesn't have to be like that, it might be like that, but it's really just a conversation about light and what light means, and joy and what joy means. And it also could be noticing other people doing activities around you where they really are enjoying themselves. You can say to yourself, wow, look, the light's moving through them. Look, they love biking. Look at them go. Wow, they've got all the biking gear. Wow, look at them. They're really into it. They've got their feet strapped in. They got the helmets on that are all racing looking. Wow, they really are into biking. We're not going to say like, oh, biking sucks, they suck. No, we're going to be like, wow, look at the light. Look at the light. So look for the similarities of the light in other people, even though it's going to show up in the diversity of their activities. It's going to show up in the diversity of their beliefs and the diversity of their interests. Things that you don't even give a crap about, you can still look past that. You can look past it and you can see the similarity that the light is in both. And as you focus on the light, we move to the next card. What? We've only done 3 cards. Are we going to get through a 10-card reading here? Well, you know we are. Let's see where we're going next. What do we need to know? Don't be complacent. What does that mean? When you get to that crappy place where it looks like everything's falling apart, don't sit there too long. Don't reminisce about how everything blows and, oh, I'm such an idiot because how dare I believe that things were going to get better. Don't do that. Why? I mean, it's okay if you do that, but don't stay there. Don't stay seated there. Just notice that you're feeling a certain way, like, oh, I feel lost. Oh, I feel like it's winter. Oh, I feel like things are falling apart. But make sure that you notice that the sun's still shining. Even in the winter, even at night, the sun is shining. True, isn't it? Go to the light. There it is again. Be somebody who is committed to that one simple choice, which is to look for the light in everything. If you look to the light, you'll embody the light, and you'll soon be carried away with the light, and you will be speaking about and acting in the light, and spring will arrive again. And look, you're going to grow. That's all this is. When we go to those tired, empty places, it's because we put a lot of light into the world. We did all we could do, just like that first card. We are at that point where we are done and we had to surrender, like, all right, I'm done. I did it all. No more. Then we just sit down in our easy chair, and all of that indigo is all the third eye inspiration that we are now sitting in. We're going to sit inside of all of our inspired thoughts and ideas that we've been putting out into the world. And we're going to see this growth. There's the red root chakra around her that's showing a growth of the material world, a growth of new circumstances. Circumstances that are an extension off of all of the internal, inspired, and heart-turnal ideas that you've been holding. They're all going to start to blossom out, and that's going to make some of the things that you really want to see come to pass start to show up in the world around you. So now, whatever your heart's desires were, for example, if your heart's desires was to expand a business, now you're going to be moving into a zone where you start to see evidence of people talking about business. You're going to hear in the news like small businesses are getting like more help, or wow, people are returning to small businesses. Look, you're going to be looking towards this light door where all of these little puzzle pieces of your heart's desire are going to start to come to pass. You're going to see glimmers of them, glimmers. And you're going to be wise. That's what the purple is. You're going to be sitting in your wise cloak, right? Before you were sitting in this complacent space where all of your inner hopes and desires are starting to expand, then you become the mystic. You're in that mystical place. See how it changes from this red root chakra expansion that expands right into the purple robe of wisdom, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm marveling at how my reality is filled with synchronicities, and little tidbits of my hopes and dreams are being shouted from the rooftops through other people, through the news, through books, through little radio songs, through everything seems to be coming together and reminding me that my manifestation or my beliefs, my heart's desire is actually happening. So you're going to hear more and more of that. And as you buy into it, meaning as you buy intuition, as you buy into it, as you buy the intuitive things, the intuition that you were embodying, as you then buy it or believe that that mystery is getting reflected back to you, is unfolding, then you're going to go into this new yellow joy space. And you're going to go through that door. What door are we talking about? You know what door we're talking about. That door right there of your heart's desire. There it is, that key. There's the purple key. That's you. There's the door with the little yellow on it. That is where your heart's desire is coming to pass. Now that you start to see puzzle pieces, what does this look like? Like for me, for example, one of the things that my heart's desire is for my son to be more responsible and to find himself more and to express himself more. And what have I noticed? He's talking a whole lot more to me now. He is sharing light and expression to me. He's sharing about video games. That kind of sucks. Not really. He's sharing because I'm looking at the light. I'm looking at his communication instead of at the thing he's communicating. Instead of the personality of it, like the video game, I'm looking at that light coming through him. Let's look again at another card. Where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God, we got 5 more cards to go. Are we going to make it through this? Let's find out. All right, now the things are going to start reflecting back to us that our heart's desire is, now is the time to stay the course. Don't feel like you're getting taken advantage of. Don't feel like there's a devil going to steal your dream from you. No. Realize that even the devil is part of the white light. Even the idea or concept of an opponent is a white light created idea. When you know that, you can just say, oh my God, I'll just create the idea that there is no opponent, that the white light is one power. And when you side with that, then the rattlesnake, right? The knowledge of good and evil. Think about the Bible. The snake was like, yo, eat that apple, and then you'll be like God. You'll know the difference between good and evil. And that sucked, because once we knew the difference between good and evil, we're always looking over our shoulder like, oh no. That's why Adam was all like, I was afraid, I was naked, blah, 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 blah. I'm talking about the Bible, right? So look, this all gets wiped away now. The politics of God gets wiped away because why? The snake turns out to be a bluff. We know that even evil is just a concept, and that there's just one power, not two. One power of variety. Now this is what we really want, because now we are taking our mask off and we are realizing that there really is nothing against us. Never was, never could be. And that is going to allow our manifestation to come to pass, our hopes and dreams, because now we're like, oh gee, there's nothing but white light. If I just keep being a channel for the white light, then it's going to move me into my heart's desires happening in my personal world. And this way, we're not actually building our heart's desires. God, source, or universe is building it for us, is bringing it to us by us expressing ourselves. Look at it go. Shine, shine, shine your light. This little light of mine. Whoa, whoa, what? I'm gonna let it. Yeah, you know it. And how does the card come up at the right time? Because there's only one power communicating to us. And we're in the flow of it now, aren't we, friend of mine? And here we go. Shine, shine. That's all your little swirls of beautiful, creative, inspired ideas that you are putting into the world. And that's all of the blossom of your heart's desires happening, coming out into the world as little seeds and little vines. And there's all that new material world. Even the darkness runs away because it can't do anything about it anymore. The light, it goes right down into the ground and right up into the heavens, and there's nothing to stop us. Now your manifestations, your hopes, your dreams are all unfolding. Now it's going to be up to you to spot them with your eyes, to buy into them, to decide like, wow, are my heart's desires really coming true? Oh my God, they really are. In fact, one of my heart's desires is for people to watch my videos on this YouTube channel. Your evidence of my heart's desire coming true. You are actual evidence of it. Let's keep going. Oh, it's all about perception. How we look at things. Are we going to look at things as one power, right? As that one green seed power that is animating in the world in our secret garden. We're going to go into our secret place, look and see the things we want, let go of them, and trust that God is going to send them out like butterflies and birds, and they're going to come back to us transformed into material things. We're going to believe that, and we can. Look, she's behind the door too. Remember that earlier? That's that door. She made it in. You made it in with your purple robe, and there's your yellow. There's your yellow that you made it in. There's your purple robe. It turns into this beautiful thing. The white dress, the purple is the wisdom. The yellow is your joy, your heart's desires. You made it into the secret room. The secret room of the green heart chakra and the green gem. That is knowing that anything that you prefer is really coming to pass. You don't have to worry anymore. You can just relax. It's all just going to happen now. Finally, I don't have to work for it anymore. I'm going to just realize my heart's desire. That's a big old exhale that it's taken your whole life to breathe in, and now you can finally let it go. And here is what it's like. Now that you're woken up spiritually, you've bought into this. Now, if at this point in the reading, you're like, what the heck's he talking about? Go back into my YouTube channel and dig around for videos that talk about shifting your identity, or spiritual awakening, 3 simple steps, or do my course, Identity Repositioning. Find out you are a spirit and a self combined. Oh, the miracle will happen. You cannot stop it. You don't have to make it happen. It blossoms from that tree that's been cut down. What's really been cut down? Our old ideas about there being 2 powers. Our old ideas about us having to work really hard to get it done. We don't. It's just going to blossom for us. And there you are, miracle person. You are a miracle, and you are constantly embodying the miracle. That's why you're here in the white light. You can see her. So beautiful. And there's that purple robe that we saw earlier, right? It's so good, dude. Oh my God. You started off as a purple mortal, and you end up as encapsulated in this purple vapor of spiritual insight and spiritual living. And now you're just bringing light and joy into the world. What a miracle, dude. It's an incredible miracle. Let's look at the surrender card. That's what's coming next. Somebody here needs to surrender to or from this thing. What is it going to be? Surrender fear. Yeah, don't be afraid. Fear sucks. Why? Because fear is going to tell us there's a second power that can take something from us. And that's the bluff. It is a big bluff. So you don't need to be afraid. When you're afraid, you are defensive or you lash out, you punch out by accident. Emotional disturbances cause us to attack back, not in any destructive way, but just in maybe verbal ways where we're yelling and screaming, or we're just thinking there's an enemy, or thinking someone's against us, or thinking someone could prevent us from getting what we really want. It says just let go of the fearful stories you're telling yourself. Let them go. Instead, stay in the moment and focus on solutions, and celebrate every little light step forward, every little thing you do. Just like this video, it's not a perfect video. What? You know, it's too long. Maybe it's too short. Maybe I don't talked enough. Maybe I talk too much. Who knows? None of it matters. What really matters is the experience you're having. This is all part of your personal reality. You hired me to come here and to say these things to you. We are basically on our 10th card, and we're going to decide that this one is the 10th. See, you can choose to decide how you want things to be, and then they will follow suit. Guaranteed, the reading's going to end after this. Whoa, yeah, emotional expression is your best friend. You're with it all the time. You're going to hear it in your voice. Sing it out, speak it out, and sometimes get calm so that you can not let it shake you up and not let it cloud your judgment. And here you go, you're going to use that emotion when you're feeling your heart's desires. You can see all the purple, all the swirl. You're going to be feeling all of that beautiful stuff that's coming back to you as your heart's desires manifest. You're going to feel so grateful. Oh my God, I'm so grateful. Come on now. It couldn't be any more beautiful to have that emotional experience to our heart's desires coming true. And that's really what the emotion is for. Emotions are not against us. Emotions are not crappy. Emotions give us the opportunity to cry like little angels when we are so grateful, and cry when we're hungry, and cry when we're scared, and ouchie, ouch, ouchie. But don't be afraid anymore, because there is nothing but one power of white light. You can't stop the good that is coming out of you. Just side with it. Just choose it. Choose that one choice to be one with God, to accept that God is real, to accept that there is just one power happening, and that power made you, and that power is flooding through every word you say. Every word is the word of God manifesting in your personal world. That's your 10-card reading. Boom, 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 boom. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Comment. Remember, the reading is what it is. It's an entertainment, isn't it? It is for you to ponder and have reflections of your own self coming up and out. Side with the best. Leave the rest. Take care, friends. Welcome back to another video. My name is Brian Nesline. I operate a website called teachselfawareness.com. I'm also a psychic, clairvoyant, intuitive, oracle card reader. Now look, oracle cards are nothing scary. They're nothing devilish. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just images and words. Look, it's just an image and a word, right? There's the word awareness. There's an image of somebody breaking out of a little shadow self. What is that? It's just a metaphor. It's a symbol. It is just information. Information. Cards are nothing but a piece of paper with information on them. These informations are meanings, placeholders for us to reflect on. So, isn't it interesting that the card that I pulled was the awareness card after I just said I operate a website called Teach Self-Awareness, www.teachselfawareness.com, and on that website is a program that I wrote called Identity Repositioning. It's a free course called Identity Repositioning. It's about shifting your identity. It's about waking up spiritually. It's about becoming self-aware, self-awareness. So look, that's interesting that I would say that, and then the card that comes up is that. Why? Because we are living in a reflective reality. We live in a reality that reflects back to us what we say, what we do, what we believe. Watch. Let's see. What can we talk about? Try it out, Brian. Let's see. All right. How about this? When I was young, I played baseball, and I liked baseball. And my dad, he was a coach of the Little League team. Now, I wasn't very great at baseball. I was average, maybe even a little below average, if you compared me with the other people. So that's okay. Guess what? It was cool because my dad was the coach. It was awesome because we got to do stuff together. He played baseball with me. We threw the ball back and forth. Bonding father and son experience. So first I felt bad when I was telling you this story. I felt like, I'm a loser who wasn't good at baseball. That sucks. Why did I even play it? But then I realized, reeled it into my eye, my third eye, my inner eye. I realized there was light there with my dad bonding with me, with us playing catch back and forth. And later on, my dad, who was a carpenter, would show me really some great life lessons. Now I'll pull the card. The abundance card. There it is. First, I was in a dark place with my story about baseball, and it seemed to be lacking. I'm bad at baseball, I'm poor at it, wow, just average. Then I realized that me and my dad got to get closer together because of that experience. And I let go of all of the crappy parts of me playing baseball, all the limited parts of me not being good enough as the best baseball player. And what did I find? That light, that love, that abundance that is happening in my personal life. Now, what else is here? Oh, look, this guy is sitting on this yellow book. Why? Because I'm drawn to talk about the yellow book because we all have a yellow book. What's that? The yellow book is a placeholder or a symbol or a metaphor for your personal stories, your personal life. It's all contained in your book of life. Your details, your baseball experiences, your Girl Scout experiences, the time when you went and did gardening with your mom, whatever it was you did, you have your little experiences. When you rode bikes, when you played ball, when you went out and went shopping, when you did dolls, whatever you did, you've got your book of life that has the yellow cover on it. What's the yellow? The yellow represents abundance, joy, bonding, beautiful connections. What did you do with your people growing up? Why not go back into your memory, sit on top of your book of life, meaning go ahead and look back as to what has supported you and brought you to who you are today. That's why he's sitting on the book of life. It is who he has become, is all in those pages. And now he's his current version. So you can go back and look at the abundance, the bun dance. The abundance, a bun dance. Yeah. You can shake your buns off of that book and go look and see all those beautiful experiences that you had with your family members, with your friends, growing up, all of that. Now look, I know that there's some darky dark stuff there. Oh no, we're talking about the darky dark stuff, the stuff we didn't prefer. How about like that time when I was at the Easter egg hunt? You know what an Easter egg hunt is? They hide a bunch of little Easter eggs and you got to go and look for them. They send all the kids loose for Easter. Easter's coming up. Whoa. Now I know Easter's about more than just an Easter egg hunt, but it really is about finding a special little hidden prize, isn't it, Easter? Finding that prize within you, that first thing we looked at, that awareness inside of you, that little Christ that lives in you, right? But during this Easter egg hunt for me, I went there with a friend of mine, and the friend of mine, he found the big prize, and I didn't find anything. And I was mad at my friend. I was jealous. I was mad. It was a dark memory, and it sucked, and I didn't like it, right? But if you think about it, there's the Easter egg. If you think about this memory, later on in my life, that would show up again. And I would learn to love the lovers. I would learn to love that story, and I'll tell you why. Because when I became a dad, I took my son, Adam, to an Easter egg hunt. And when we got there, I started to replay my memory from my abundant book of life about the Easter egg hunt for me. And I started feeling like, I hope he finds something. That would suck, right? What happened? My son, so goody good. I love this story. He went into that Easter egg hunt and he went out there when they said, go. They all ran out and he went and found an egg and he brought it back and we opened it up. And you know what? That little old egg, that beautiful little old egg that he opened up, popped out with first prize. Big, huge chocolate bunny. Oh my God, life is so sweet. In that moment, I melted like diamonds, cried my little eyes out all by myself. I said, hey, thank you, God, for that experience when my little friend found that high prize. And now I discover that life is amazing. It's beautiful. You are the one who's creating the world that you're living in. And I was so happy that my little kid found that chocolate bunny, dude. I would have missed out on it over and over again so that he could have that. Having that contrast was such gratitude. So don't worry if you had a little darky dark growing up or if you had some disappointments coming through, because none of it matters. What really matters or makes matter or grows in the world is the white light that you believe in and press into the world or allow to move through you in the world. That's why we see the discovery card with the pink being. What is the pink being? It is me at 4 years old, me at 5 years old, you at 7, you at 8, you at 9. It keeps reforming. You keep reshaping. You're an egg that keeps hatching. You're a seed that keeps sprouting. You're a petaled flower, fragrance of God, light, source, universe, the Christ in the world. And you are saving all of your goody good ideas and all of your beautiful hopes and dreams. You're saving it all by stitching it all into your actions so that it can become an abundant part of the book of life for other people to pick up and read. Right now, you're reading some of that by listening to this video. We are sharing a lovely, the lover's story. The story of people and God. People, one white light, and God in the world. So good that it wants to create things through you. You're a whole being. You're not missing anything. The only thing we really want to find or discover is that we are a little self in the world, and an awareness. Self-awareness. And again, go ahead and take my free course. It's free. It's not the only way to wake up spiritually. It's not the only course on self-awareness, but it will put it into a perspective, and it will be a little book of instruction or recognition, really. It doesn't really teach you anything so much as it exposes you to information like a little book would, for you to have your own personal experience with it, for you to discover this beautiful relationship between our spirit and ourself, that we know that the true love that we have is of that union of who we are. And that now we can go into the world and bring all that light and grow all these beautiful iterations of life as we go along our way. And you're just going to end up attracting into your life now people who are authentic, people who really value you for who you are, because you don't need anything from them. You don't have any expectations. You have instead the courage to know who you are as a spirit and self combined into one. And there's your book of lovely yellow white light, and there's your green heart chakra, spiritual life expanding. You build it on your personal world of black and white, up and down, two power duality, good and evil. And it's not really as real as the real self and spirit that you are. Look, you want me to go further? You're asking me a question, Ryan, when am I going to find the love of my life? Now, you know I just answered that. You know that the love of your life is yourself and your spirit combined. It is really God consciousness happening in the world. As you accept that, then what's going to happen? Oh, you're going to have the choices of what you want to go up here and imagine and feel. You're going to go up here and you're going to ask the Father. You're going to ask God consciousness. You're going to ask in imagination. Imagination. This new type of book that is unwritten in the world, this limitless possibility book. Einstein said it again, I'll say it. Imagination is more important than what we already know, because imagination includes all of the stuff that we could ever know and will ever know. So you go up into that God space, that awareness space, that wake up spiritually space. Come out of yourself. Stop looking for stuff in the world. Come out of yourself. Find this light within you. Create up here in your faith conscious space what you want to see happen in the world. Use your ability to choose. Choose up here. To see it first up here. Pre-know what you prefer. And then express it into the world. And as you do that, it'll come down as this yellow page in that book of life. And when it does, you'll be sitting on top of it, meaning it will become part of your past, part of who you are today. Oh yeah, so simple. All my videos are all about this. They're about waking up spiritually, waking up and knowing your identity, or shifting your identity to being a spirit and a self combined. Then using your imagination to picture what you prefer. You can build those pictures because of all of the things that have happened to you in life are all stored in your memories, in your book of life. You take that data, you build something new up here, you feel it like it's really a real thing with your eyes closed in your little dreamy faith space. You get a little bit of a jolt from it. Oh, I would love it if that happened. That seed goes down into your heart and it is nurtured, and the Immaculate Conception occurs. Look at them kissing. Boom. And that light, bright white light comes into the world as a structured pattern. See the pattern? As a pattern that you then start to recognize through other people and through your situations and your relationships and everything else. Oh yeah! Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Why? Because I am your spiritual friend. I'm going to be here until the end of time. Yeah, and you know that's true. Oh, so goody good. Google is a 500-year project. YouTube's gonna be here, and you will be here too in some way, shape, or form. Now look, subscribe to the channel, leave me some comments. What? Share this channel, share the videos, ask me questions, or say things to me in the comments. Whatever, express yourself. I am here to support your spiritual life, and I'm here to be your spiritual friend along this weird, crazy earth trip that we are all on. Thank you so much for being a part of it with me.